everybody. I didn't know how much of a video I'd have today because I have a really busy day and I'm going up to meet my dad and spend the day with him, so I might film a little bit here and there, but I really don't have a topic for today or anything like that, so I'm just gonna vlog here and there whenever I get a chance and try and sneak my dad into the video when I can. But yeah, I'm on my way up there now, and it's always fun to meet with my dad because he a couple years ago, or not a couple, but several years ago, he moved about 2 hours away, and so it makes it difficult to get together a lot. And we see each other probably maybe once or twice a month still. But our thing is golf. We like to golf. We've always golfed since I was 5 years old. He started taking me golfing, and it's just one thing that we enjoy together and do together. And it's one thing that in my life that I am good at. So I really enjoy it, and golf is relaxing to me. So it's something that I cannot afford to do. Just with losing my job and everything, it's an expensive sport. It's very expensive. So my dad always pays when we go, and it's awesome, because if not, I would not be able to go. But hopefully here, as soon as one of these places call, I'll be starting my new career and just be able to do things that I enjoy doing again. And I really look forward to that. Can't wait till that happens. Along the lines of not being able to afford things, not being able to do things, and I want to tell a lot of you that I know how you feel. A lot of people that have lost their jobs, or you're depressed, a lot of bad things happen, and like for me, so many things happen at one time, and it can be overwhelming and it piles up. But one thing that I learned is that it could be worse. It could be a lot worse, and a lot of people in this world have it so much worse than you do. I still have my health, I still have my family, and I still have my great grandma. I mean, she's my grandma, but she's great, that I get to see every day and listen to her stories. And I have so many things in my life that are good. So when things happen, we tend to focus only on the negative things. And yes, I did have a lot of bad shit that happened all at once, but and I did let it get to me. And now I wish that I could have done it over and done things differently, but I am doing things differently now. It might be 2 years later, but I finally am. So you can pick yourself up and turn your life around and decide to be happy, to live a happy life, to go after your dreams at any time. The sooner the better, though. Out my car. This is a lovely car. Not. I went from when I was working to always having a not like super expensive cars. I wasn't rich being a teacher. I made decent money, and I was able to afford my bills, and I never had to worry if I was going to be able to keep my electric on, or my gas or water on every month. And when I lost my job, it was almost immediately the realization of how in the heck am I going to pay for things, and every single month getting shut off notices for all my utilities, and Another thing was I couldn't afford my house payment. Losing your career and only being certified to teach art, that made it very hard to find a job in my field. I could have moved to places like South Carolina or Florida where they need teachers, but I want to be by my family. And but yeah, in schools there's only one or two art teachers for a whole entire school district, so it was very tough finding any openings. And finally, after a year or two of searching for an art teaching job, I gave up. I let my teaching license run out, and I loved it. I absolutely loved the job. I loved working with kids and teaching kids. So I do miss it, but something else is going to happen for me because I'm actively pursuing different things. And so I know something will come along. But as far as my possessions, I always had nice things, not expensive, crazy things. I gotta hold this with my other arm because this one's falling asleep. I didn't have crazy expensive items ever, but I've always had four-wheelers and toys, just fun things. But I bought used and good condition, and I like to do that kind of stuff, and always took little day trips, could afford to do things like that. And as soon as I lost my job, all of that stuff was impossible. I had to sell my vehicle, sell the four-wheelers, sell everything, even, and this is the thing that I regret the most. I had to sell some of my important family heirlooms that I never planned on selling. I still have a lot because my mom saved everything when I was a kid, but I still have a lot, but I sold some of them just because they were worth a lot more money, and I had to pay bills. And when you have to do that, you just got to do what you got to do, and that's what I did. And it was funny, not funny, but it was cool. I've always been into farming, and I enjoy gardening and growing crops. Since college, for extra money, I started growing pumpkins to sell at Halloween time, and I started off with a little 50-foot by 50-foot pumpkin patch, and I grew the pumpkins all year and put them out in the front yard at the beginning of October, end of September, and they were all sold out within a couple days. And so the next year I made my garden. I lived with my mom at that time when I was in college. So the next year, and she had a nice big property. The next year I made the garden a half an acre or almost an acre, and just hundreds and hundreds of pumpkins. They grew like crazy, and put them all out in the yard. The same thing the next year, and they all sold out. And I actually had to go. I found a pumpkin farm that wasn't too far from me, so I took my truck and my trailer down there, and I picked up a whole load of pumpkins, and I brought them back to my house and sold every single one of those, just thousands of pumpkins. And so it was fun. The next year I made my garden 2 acres or 3 acres, I don't know, it was much bigger, and I was growing thousands of pumpkins. And every single year they all sold out, and so it was fun. I've always tried to, and that helped me through college. It gave me extra spending money, and I paid a lot. to get myself through college, and I always had a full-time job in college, and I always worked hard. But I'm so active. I'm kind of hyper. Oh, my hands are over this shit. Damn it. Sorry. But I've always been very active and hyper. I can't stop, and to this day I don't stop. The only time I stopped was the last couple of years here, when I just basically gave up on everything, and I regret that. I wish I wouldn't have, but I could have figured something out to do, and something to be a positive, but I finally did make that decision. But yeah, when I lost my job, I sold everything. I sold my vehicles and everything I enjoyed, and I was selling pictures off my wall in my house. My house is bare right now. It is completely bare. I sold furniture, everything. So, and I actually got this car. I've done odd jobs since then, like home remodeling and things like that, and I did one with my stepdad, and I worked with him for about a year, and he was awesome. He was an awesome boss, and he's just a normal person, very understanding, he's very hardworking, and we worked well together, and I liked learning from working with him. So, and I've always liked doing handy stuff too, but I learned a lot more when I was working for him. And then he decided to retire, and that made it tough. I found another home remodeler, and he hired me right away. And I like home remodeling, but I've always liked just doing it to my own homes, and I loved working with my stepdad. Then when he retired, then I thought, well, I like doing this, so I found another home remodeler, seemed like a nice guy. Started working for him, and almost the very first day, I start working for this other guy, and sorry, I gotta let you back. Started working for this other guy, and first day I could tell this guy was just an asshole. And I hate to stereotype, but there's men that are just assholes, and he was an A-type personality. Absolutely everything had to be his way, which I understand that to a point. People want things done their way, but never open to a suggestion, and just very crude language. Just every other word was fuck this, fuck that. The thing that I hated the most was when I worked with my stepdad, there was always a compliment. He always told me I did a good job, and it's not like I need to hear that every 5 minutes, but he would always say it, and it's nice to hear, and employees like to hear stuff like that. And this guy, everything that I did was wrong. Everything that I did sucked, and I'm very easygoing, and I would never confront somebody or talk back, but just the very first day, I felt like shit by lunchtime. I felt like I did not know what I was doing, and it was just messed up. Then we go to lunch. We go to Subway, and there's the girls behind the counter taking our orders, and this guy, this boss, just starts talking about this girl in a disgusting way, and I wish I remember what the exact words were, but he said something directly to her. that was so inappropriate that it was so rude. Like, if I was somebody that was like this, I would have decked him right there and knocked him out. And I learned right there that's what he thought of women. He just women are just a piece of meat, and always rude and nasty to women and disgusting. So long story short, I worked for him for about a week, and I said, I'm not gonna be around this guy. I'm not gonna be anywhere near him. I don't care. And he paid well. He paid good, but I didn't care. I worked directly with him all day, every day, and I didn't want to be around that. So I like to surround myself with positive people and people that respect other people. And I'd rather not be working and find another job and work with people that are respectful and nice to others, and especially to women. I hate when I see people degrading women, and that's what he did. He was very degrading and disgusting. So, yeah. That's actually going to be a topic in a video coming up. Controlling men, cheaters, and how men treat women. So, I'm working on that one. That subject pisses me off, so it's going to take me a while to get everything together for that. But we're going to talk about that soon. Completely. I was talking about this car, and I do that a lot, so I'm sorry. But, yeah, this car. My stepdad, who I actually, hold on, thanks. Driving good, I got my seatbelt on, rolling down the road. Okay, so, my stepdad, he's a great guy, and he had this car, and it needed some work, and I needed a car. I had sold my vehicle when I lost my teaching job, and I needed a car. So we worked on it and got this one running, and I've had it for a year and a half now, maybe, or something, but it's got a blown head gasket. There's oil in the antifreeze. There's antifreeze in the oil. The whole front end, and that's why this video is shaking. The whole front end is messed up. I've broken down in the middle of the highway or roads like 3 or 4 times, maybe probably 5 times or more now. It's full of problems, and it is full of rust, and it's a car that even when I take it, there's problems that I can't fix, and my mechanic says that I do a lot of my own mechanic work, but when I can't, I have a mechanic that does. He says it's not worth fixing this car. This car's worth scrap what you get at the junkyard. So I don't fix it. I make sure that it's drivable and somewhat, and that's it. But I know it's gonna go here one day, and that's gonna be it. It's gonna be done for. I have no idea how it's driven with a blown head gasket for over a year and a half or whatever, but it does, and it usually gets me to where I'm going. But yeah, so my goal is to just that goal there, get a new vehicle as soon as I can, as soon as one of these jobs calls me and I start working, and hopefully these videos are gonna help me out too, which they already are, which is unbelievable. But yeah, I'm gonna show you the outside of this car. Here, I don't know if I'll show you when I get to the golf course or later when I get home, but I don't have a door handle on my driver's door, so I leave my window down all day, because if not, I have to go in the passenger door, reach over, and open the door, and that's how I get in my car. It's fun. It's fun, especially when you're out somewhere where there's a lot of people, and that's another point, like dating, which has been like not an issue, but has just been not even an option for me. I love women. I want to be with somebody eventually, but I'm not taking anybody in this car. I don't want anybody to see me in this car. So I'm not gonna take anybody out on a date in this car. It's horrible. It's just completely horrible. But you know, at the time, and I appreciate what my stepdad did to me, and I made payments for it. But you know, he gave me an awesome deal, and that. But you know, I feel like a bum. So I want to have at least a decent vehicle that's gonna look nice when I do ever get a date. If I do, and I can take somebody out. Alright, I'm at the golf course, so I'm gonna pull in. My dad's already here. He's always early, so he's waiting for me up here somewhere, I'm sure. But yeah, I don't know. I might film a little bit here at the golf course today. So, and I don't want you guys to think that I'm complaining, like I feel like I'm too good, like to drive this car or anything. It's just when things happened, when I lost my job and I sold all my vehicles and things like that, and then you go from a nice vehicle to one that you don't even know if it's going to start one day to the next. It's tough. It's really tough, but I've made do, and I've been a lot more positive about it, and so I'm doing a lot better. So, all right, I'll see you guys here maybe in a little bit and get my dad to, or sneak my dad onto the film for today. But hopefully I've got some footage for you guys today, at least something. And maybe when we get home we'll visit with the animals a little bit, or take you guys with us for our walk. That would be pretty cool. So, all right. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you soon. My dad, he came down to golf with us today.
Hello, George.
Hi. We had fun today.
We did.
All right. I'll see you in probably next week or a couple weeks.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
We're at Zor Golf Course today, and today I golfed with my dad and Mike. He's one of my good friends, and we had an awesome day today, and it was a lot of fun today, Mike.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, we try to get together once or twice a month, and sometimes I go up golf or where they are, and sometimes they come down here. So it was a beautiful day, and that was it. I'm going to show you guys some of our swings, and hope you enjoy it. Thanks. That's a good swing.
Yep. Not real forceful, but it's out there. Hook.
Oh, looked like a decent swing. You hit behind it a little tiny bit.
best one you hit today.
Very nice. Shouldn't I have gone that way?